Welcome everybody. Live Forex trading session with analysis tips and tricks for June the 4th, 2012. We're approaching 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. We got in the house Luigi and AC Cruz. Welcome aboard. And everyone on YouTube, if you have any requests, you'd like to see anything analyzed, feel free in the live comment box. I'll even show you what it looks like. In the live comment box on the top right hand side, there you go, you can see this right here. Feel free, right here, feel free to just put in your question, whatever it is that you'd like analyzed, and we'll be sure to check that, and we'll try to respond to you. We might have a few more people joining us today. If you ever want to be on the panel, just go ahead and I'll put this up right now. And you can Google Plus. And let's do that. And I think this should be okay. Let's see if that comes up on the screen without any problems. And let's get started. Again, for those of you joining us on YouTube, go ahead and ask on the live comments anything that you'd like analyzed in real time. We'll analyze it and we'll get back to you. All right, let's start with euro dollar. Okay. Euro dollar 15-minute chart. What we were looking for that breakout, we got that breakout and we actually made really good money on it. We're up about 160% on that last trade. It went really well. Let's bring up 1 hour chart. Okay, we're getting new highs. Remember, we talked about a correction. This is already from late last week. We saw this pattern right here, and we said that we're going to be looking for correction up to around this level. And actually, it's done better than what we expected. Now it's coming back down. Okay. Currently on midday, I'm not going to do anything because it is just too. It's in the middle. It could go either way. You know. If we were to look at the 15-minute, okay, there's that new high. All right, we might get a new high pushing up again, which is about 10 or 11 pips up. But the problem is that the risk-reward ratio for the 12 pips is not worth the risk. Okay, so we're just going to sit here and wait. We're not going to do anything on that. Let's bring up the Aussie dollar, Australian dollar, and the dollar. And bring up the 1 hour chart. Notice I'm starting with the 1 hour and then I go back down to the 15-minute. We're going to look for patterns that will help us do an intraday, and perhaps, you know, maybe we can make it to a scalp. We did pass this level right here, which was sort of giving us a hard time on the way back up. Let's bring them to 4 hours and see if we're on a downtrend or this is actually a correction. Okay, it looks like it's a correction on the 4 hour chart. Let's bring up the 1 day chart. Okay, 1 day chart is pretty convincing that we're on a downtrend, isn't it? That could be a small correction. And we're going to use our tool. Let's move my picture here. You don't need to see my face on here. There we go. I guess I should go on this end. There we go. That's better. Okay. There's our ruler tool. It tells you how far we are from the actual current rate. So this bottom right here that we're looking at is around 53, 57 pips. Okay. Now we could go for a short term for an intraday down for around 35, 40 pips. Okay. Let's bring up 1 hour chart and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, and if we bring this up, okay, always use the statistics. On the platform, you got a really good tool. It gives you the actual average bar size. Okay, it's really cool stuff. So if we were to go to 50 pips, we would end up right around this area, right around this bottom. Okay, this is around 46 pips. We could go for 40 pips on a 2-to-1 TPSL, take profit stop loss ratio. Okay, I think it's worth taking that plunge. So I'm going to go ahead and sell. Here's my sell order. Okay, and I'm going to do a 2-to-1 TPSL. That stays the same. Okay, I'm going to take 10,000 units. Okay, always make sure that you check that you're not over trading. In this case, we're not, because we're on a fairly large account. We've got large capital on this one. You know, if you're working with $1,000 or $2,000, always check to make sure that you're not over trading. The platform will tell you, it will turn things in burgundy and in red if you're really doing silly things. You should watch the video called placing orders the right way. That's on the YouTube channel, so feel free to use that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, well, I'm going to go ahead and place a sell order on the Aussie dollar with, well, we said we want 40 pips, right? 40 pips, 2-to-1, take profit stop loss ratio means our stop loss is 20 pips. Okay, and just to double check, remember, we always want to make sure that whatever it is that we're doing, we want to make sure that the actual spread is placed in, you know, the commission that we have to pay for the brokers, right? So the Aussie dollar, I'm just going to mark this in a color as dark red. Okay, and the actual spread on this one is just about 2.5 pips. Okay, so that means that our SL is 20 pips minus the 2.5 pips, which is 17.5 pips. Okay, which is fine. So we're going to go ahead and I'll just put this up so you can actually see the order. So I'm going to submit this. Okay, and there's our order, Aussie dollar, 10,000 units, and right now we're in the negatives because, well, we have to pay for that spread. So don't be alarmed, you know, when things are red. It's just part of things. All right, let's look at others. Any requests on YouTube? Les, please mute yourself.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, because you're hacking at the keyboard. Thanks. You know, if you got questions, go right ahead. If you want anything analyzed, go right ahead and ask. If you're on YouTube, just go right ahead. That is that we're getting a question, and I'll answer it. It's in the chat, and it's actually on top. You can download it. It's called Traders Hideout, the platform. You're actually on that YouTube channel, and I'll put that in. Put in the link. And that way you can download it. You can download it for free. Okay. And just to make sure, if you got this invite from AC, you know, just make sure that you put, there's something called a promo code, and make sure you put AC Cruise, so I'll know to give high five to AC Cruise. All right? Okay, and what else was there? There you go. All right, you can look at the channel. There's actually a link in the channel. All right, and we're actually starting to profit. It's starting to come down. Okay, you can see we're 3.8 pips. We're about 6% up right now. This might turn out to be a very interesting scalp, you know, where we would end up being less than, you know, half an hour. Maybe by the end of the session, it will close up. Like we had last week. We had one close up with really nice profits. So, Let's bring up, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like how this total shows 310 and the use equity is $60. Does that mean like you'll lose 57 but you'll gain $3?
No. Hold on. The lose is not like that. What happens is this. That's a great question. It's more of a platform question, but I'll answer it. The used equity is how much you actually put aside for this actual order. Okay? And the total is your actual total profit in dollars. The 5.5% is on that equity, on the $60. Okay? And the 0.5% is on the complete portfolio. So right now, my complete portfolio is up half a percent. And by the way, so for those of you who are watching and you don't know, all the trades that I do are actually on a real account. Okay, so you can see it. Oh wait, I'm covering it with my picture. Okay, it's on a real account. It's not a demo. Okay, you can go ahead and, if you're studying and learning, go on a demo. I actually won't let you trade with real money until I see you knowing what you're doing, because I don't want you to lose money. All right. So.
This was a nice advice.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time brokers will just take your money. They want you to deposit. I'm exactly the other way. I want you to learn, and when I think you're ready, I'll let you trade. Until then, don't waste your money. Go and play cards or something. I don't know. Go do something. Go buy the wife something, or the girlfriend something. All right. Well, save your money for when you do know how to trade, and then you can trade properly. All right. Let's keep on moving. Next one up. Let's bring up pound dollar. Okay. And bring up the 1 hour chart. If you want to be on the panel with us in this room, just go right ahead and just add on G plus Mike Methero. Okay, and you're welcome to join us. All right. Well, we have something very interesting here. We got something, it's called a squeezing triangle. Okay, you can see a triangle here, and we got this bottom here. And we might have here a spike. And that is something that we looked at in the morning, and we weren't sure which way it was going. It looks like it's still not deciding. And what we'd be looking for right now is something that will tell us what's the chances of it going up or down in the near zone, near this price. So I'm going to pull up this really cool tool on the platform, okay, and it is called Clearview. And what the Clearview does is it comes and it gives me a clear view of friction points at different rates. Okay, so I can decide whether it's a decision support tool. It is not a decision tool. It's a decision support. So what it looks like, you see all these numbers on the right-hand side, okay, and we got on the bottom, going down, we have friction of 125, 135, and 95. The numbers don't actually mean anything. It could be 400 or 500 or just 30, but you can see that the upward has a lot more friction. Okay, there's a lot more friction for this to go up than for it to go down. So if you're looking for an entry, you could say to yourself, okay, well, I'm going to wait until it comes to this level right here, because then the friction goes down. So you'd wait for it to go down 10 pips, and then chances of it going down a lot more is pretty high because there's almost no friction. This is really cool tool, and it's all based on history too. All right, so what we talked about, those 10 pips would be right here, this area right here. Okay. Now there is friction going up, so we could go down. I'm going to place a trade because it wasn't that bad. I'm actually going to place a trade to go down, but before we place a trade and get excited, remember, don't get excited about a trade, get excited about your portfolio, right? That's in session number 1 in Trading 101. We learned that. So here's the problem. Chances of it going down, more than 20 pips or 30 pips are pretty slim. So this trade is not worth it. It's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the risk-reward ratio. You're going to put up money, you want to make some decent money on top of that, right? So that one is out. That's something actually that we should have looked right away. So I failed to do that. Okay, next one up, EuroCAD. EuroCAD looks like a nice staircase back and forth to heaven. So let's see if we can make some sense of this. That's on a 15-minute chart. Let's bring up the 1-hour chart. I'm going to start talking a little bit faster. People got the hang of what I'm doing here. So this looks really nice, 30 minutes. We got 80 pips in 80 on the 15-minute chart. Let's bring up the 1-hour chart. This is that correction. Okay, and when you get to no patterns, 60 pips. This thing does have 16 pips to go down 1-hour chart. EuroCAD. The year's been definitely catching up on the CAD. Well, you know what they say, go with the trend. So let's find out what the trend is on a 1-day chart and see where that's going. Well, I would look for a correction. Using the 1-day chart, I would look for a correction for about 50 pips. Okay, and you can actually see this area right here that there's a lot of friction. All right, so let's do a sell. And I'm going to go for 40 pips on a 2-to-1 take profit stop loss ratio. 2-to-1, 40 pips. Okay, EuroCAD is just a bit, it's around 4.5 pips. Let's say 5 pips. So 2-to-1, 5 pips. So it would be, on a 2-to-1, it would be 20 pips on a stop loss minus the 5 pips, which means I have it 15 pips to go down. 15 pips to go up before it triggers the actual stop loss, okay, which is around this area right here. So I'm going to go ahead and sell that and submit that, and I'll just put that open so you can see this, submit, and there's our second order. Okay, don't get excited when you see red. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're losing that trade. Okay, it means that you have to pay for that spread. Unfortunately, we have to pay for the broker spread. So,
hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Is there any way, whenever you move on to look at another one, can we look at the AUD CHF?
Absolutely.
It seems to be doing pretty good on my side here, but I wanted you to just break it down.
The AUD Swissy, the Aussie Swissy?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the one? I think that's the one I had this morning. AUD Swissy. Let's bring that up. Okay. If any of you on YouTube have a request, just put it in the live chat. Okay, if you did something, you placed an order and it closed up, because I heard that closing. If it actually closed up, it means that you didn't give it enough pips to move. All right, Aussie Swissy. Let's bring up the 1-day. 1-day chart, 100 pips away up. And yeah, this one moves pretty nicely. There's good swings on that one. I would actually look for an upward correction now for about 40 pips, give or take. But let's see the 1-hour chart what it looks like. There's actually a doji here, which is really good. That supports. Yeah, look at this. This is really good. On the 1-hour chart, there's a lot of support here. That's a super pick, AC. Way to go. Well done.
10-4.
Yeah, all right. And I'd actually be looking for a longer term on this one, so I'm just going to double up. I'm going to be doing 20K. Okay, 20K, 2-to-1 TPSL. I could actually even do 3-to-1 TPSL, but we'll keep it 2-to-1. Okay, 2-to-1 TPSL. And what was the spread on that we have to pay? That one is Aussie Swissy. It's just about 5 pips, right? 4.5, 4.7, 4.9, 5 pips. So on a 2-to-1 TPSL, that's 20 pips down, which is fine. So 15 pips, and we submit. All right, so there's our orders. And let me just mark that up, that we did a buy. Okay, you can do any color scheme that you want. You can just pick the color that you want, and we did a buy, so I'm going to color that one in green, right? And we also had our sell of EuroCAD and Aussie dollar, and the EuroCAD is, I'll just move that up here. There you go, so you can see what I'm doing. And the EuroCAD, we did a sell on that one, so I'm just going to put it into red. Okay, you can choose whatever color you want, whatever it means to you. For example, if I do hedging on a 1-to-1, I'll keep it orange. If I do a 2-to-1, I'll make it blue. All sorts of colors. Okay. There's one person, if you ever get to see their screen, okay, the username is Peter Anderson. If you ever get to see his screen, he's got like colors all over, which is really cool. There's some really cool things that you can do on here. You can actually group and color all the euros or the dollars into a certain color, which is really good. So make sure that you take a look at the platform walkthrough. It's got a lot of goodies in there. Okay? So, all right, that was a great pick, AC. Way to go. Let's see if we got something else that we could be trading right now. How about the Euro Swissy? Let's bring that up. Euro Swissy always looks binary. Why is that? Let's bring it up on a 12-hour chart. Yeah. That sort of skews everything off, doesn't it? Let's bring up one-day chart. Yeah, that was a bad day for that one. How about the Kiwi dollar? That's a great suggestion, Frank Burstein. Thank you very much. I will do that for the next version. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Frank Burstein says on YouTube, it seems you have a lot of good info on the buy-sell box. So he's talking about the stats right here. And he's saying, why not add the real-time spread? That's a super idea. I've never thought of that one. Great. If you'd like to be a beta tester for the next version, just let me know. Plus Mike Mother on Google Plus, or tweet me, or whatever you like. Thank you very much, Frank Burstein. All right, Kiwi dollar. Let's bring up 1 hour chart. It's pretty useful information on the stats here. We actually get to see the candle size and the range. You don't need to calculate everything. It's done for you. So on the down, we got about 20 pips, and on the up, we got about 20 pips. Not worth it. It's not worth our, definitely not worth our risk-reward ratio. Okay, anything else anyone wants analyzed? Just go right ahead. Let's bring up in the middle, in the meantime, Aussie Kiwi. Aussie Kiwi, not doing much. On the short term, let's bring up 1 hour. 1 hour chart is around 25 pips down. This would be a fairly hard to get area, which is 15 pips up, not much. Let's bring up the 1 day just for the fun of it. Oh, that could be really interesting. This might be a great opportunity. This is definitely not for a scalp. It'd be like a long-term intraday, or perhaps even something that might get into 1 day to get about, well, we should be able to make 50 pips without a problem. We can do 50 pips, 2-to-1 TPSL. Let's buy that one. And the beautiful part is it's already set up for 2-to-1 TPSL. But because I am doing a long-term trade, I'm actually going to give it a little more weight. I'm going to give it 40,000 units. And I'm going to submit that one. Okay, and there's our Aussie Kiwi. And that's why you got to look at different time frames all the time, because it looks completely different. Okay, where's that Aussie Kiwi that we had? Aussie Kiwi. Okay, and we did a buy on that one, so I'm going to have that one in green. Okay. And actually, one of the new features on the upcoming version is it will actually give you all your open positions. It will bring it up to the top if you want, so that way you can always monitor them and see what you want to do. You can have pretty much everything in separate screens as well. All right, let's see what else we got. How about the yen? Let's bring up euro yen or something. We're at new high, and it makes sense because Japan is closed now for the last few hours. Let's bring up 8-hour chart maybe. Okay, we got a very interesting saucer here. This is on an 8-hour. This is not small potatoes. Let's bring up 4 hours, see if we get that same saucer. We still have a saucer here, and there's that breakout. We didn't pick that one up last time. That was 56 pips. So, well, this is really interesting area right here. This would be great for a hedge because it could be going down, but it could be breaking up. So what we could do is we could actually do a 3-to-1 TPSL right here. Look for 60 pips up each way, either way. Okay, and the actual stop loss will be 20 pips. So I'll show you how to do a hedge, and for those of you from the US, you cannot do, unfortunately, on real account hedge. You'll need to do a cross-currency hedge. You should take a look at the earlier session today where there was a cross-currency hedge. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up, and this is longer term. I'm going to make it 20,000. I'll keep it at 50 with a 3-to-1 TPSL. Let's just calculate. Always we want to calculate, you know, what Frank Bernstein just gave a great idea, you know, be calculated. Actually, Frank, I'll take this one step further. I'll put in right in here the actual TPSL. It would actually calculate, will show you in small brackets how much is left in pips in terms of after the actual spread. That's a super idea. You should get a bonus for that, you know that? As a matter of fact, you're getting a $50 bonus on your account when you trade real. There you go. Just let me know that it's you. Don't get that many bonuses, do you? That is very constructive. Thank you very much. All right, so let's just see that our euro yen can indeed, yeah, it's 2.7 pips, so 3 pips. So we take that on a 3-to-1, that would be around 13, 17 pips minus the 3 pips. That's around 15 pips. That's not many. So we're going to go to 60 on the TPSL, okay, which is still fine. We're still able, you know, you don't want to make your take profits unreachable, okay. They got to be something normal, okay. This is our, right here, this is 70 pips. Okay, there's our ruler right here, 70 pips. So it should be able to reach that. It should be able to reach the other. Let the profit chaser do its work. When it reaches the limit, the profit chaser will do its thing. As a matter of fact, we're better off to do a 2-to-1 TPSL. Let's do 2-to-1 TPSL and 50 pips. Okay. And welcome to Namit on a black screen. All right, and here's the cool part. Instead of placing 2 orders, and it takes a long time, all I'm doing, I'm going to pull this chart off. Yeah, I do need to go to this screen each and every time. That's why I really liked your idea. So you go right ahead and you'll get your bonus. Don't worry. All right. So let's bring this up right here. And this submit plus, what it does is it will place the order. I'll move this here so you can actually see it. It will place the order, but it will keep the order screen open. Okay, and then I just click on the button, it will change to a sell. Right? Notice it turned red instead of green. Right? So all I got to do now is just press submit plus because the ratios stay the same, everything else stays the same. And I just do submit. Okay, so there's my euro yen hedge right here. Okay. All right. For those of you on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe because we do 3 live sessions per day normally. And you can always get invites, always get to know what's going on. The best thing to do is just to add me to Google Plus. You know, that's probably the best thing. Or the Twitter account, or everything. All the info you need is right here on top. You can download the software absolutely free. So, all right. Well, we need to change the color scheme on this one, right? We did a euro yen, and we're going to change the color right here to orange. Why? Because that's my color for me for doing hedging. So for me, it makes sense. My shot is in the way for putting orders. All right. Well, I'll just take myself out. I'll shot myself out. There you go. Yeah, it's either the chart or it's there. How about this? That's probably better. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And okay, we have the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar closed. It reached the actual stop loss, and that's fine. You cannot win all your trades. Remember, that's why you want good money management, and at the end of the day, you're going to be up. Okay, make sure you take a look at Trading 102, which talks about TPSL ratios and how to manage your risks. Okay. Okay, that's great to hear, Namit. Namit says, I like your video. You're talking about the Trading 102 video probably, right? Where it talks about TPSL ratios. So, you should watch it again. And remember, those rules of do and do nots are so important. You will see the rules of trading, do and do nots, which is also in session number 1. You want to have a look at those. Okay, any other requests for analysis? Anything else you'd like analyzed? No, the beta is not out yet. The beta should be out next week if all goes well. It's a release 2 beta. We're currently on R1, which everybody's trading on since last September. So we've worked really hard. There's going to be a lot of cool features in the new one. So a lot of automation, a lot of automated trading, a lot of set and forget, all the good stuff. Okay. Anyone on YouTube, if you want anything analyzed, go right ahead and just ask for it in the live comments box right here. Okay, and we will we'll be sure to get you that. Oh, that was quick. All right. All right. GBPN. There you go. We had a request on YouTube for GBPN. Let's bring that down. There you go. I can see that, right? Okay. Fopolis says, I would recommend buying a euro dollar. Well, We're going to take a look at euro dollar again. Maybe it changed. At the beginning of the session, we sort of knocked out euro dollar. So, gee, is that why you were asking to look at the pound yen, because it's near that HOD? Let's bring up the 1 hour chart. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. Let's bring up 4 hours. That is definitely interesting. And we got a semi-saucer here. That is a semi-saucer because there was a big drop. We could be looking for a 75 pip gain. That's a great call. That is a great call. Thanks, Giovanni. Giovanni 121. So, and it looks like it's setting up already. And we're going to go for 60 pips, 3-to-1 TPSL. Okay, look how easy it is to do TPSL ratios. All the other platforms you will ever see, you actually have to give it the number of pips. Why would you want to do that? They keep you calculating. Always make sure, again, you want to make sure that you're not impacting your portfolio, you're not over trading. If it's not red, you're okay on this platform because it will actually tell you you're about to do something silly. Okay, and we're definitely going to go here for, could go for 30,000 and submit. That's a great call. Thank you, Giovanni 121. And we just need to make sure that we highlight it here, Giovanni and GBP, JPY. Pound yen, and that is a straight buy, therefore it is green. Okay. For those of you starting, I had one person ask me right now, what is a pip? Well, the best way to say what is a pip is to actually show you something like, let's bring this up. Okay. Okay. If you were to take a look at this oil right here, okay, notice. Actually, that's a bad one. Let's look at this one. Sorry. At the yen, if you were to take a look at the yen, you'll notice 78.34, 3, and 78.38, 5. Okay, or 36.5. A pip would be one movement of the last digit. Okay, so in this case, it's 1/1000th of the dollar. Okay, so it's 3 decimal places. In the euro dollar, okay, in the euro dollar, well, this is always extra, so I'm sorry, I should have put it the other way. On the yen, it'd be 1 pip would be 34 and 36, 35. Okay, so the 34 would be like in cents. So in this case, it would be 2 decimal places. That one is an extra correction factor that we use for brokerages, that we want to make sure that we get a better rate, because brokers don't go just by 1 pip or 2 pips. They actually do like halves or thirds or whatever. So the actual pip is that 34. So if it went up 1 pip, it'd go up to 35. That's 1 pip. Now in the euro dollar, something like the euro dollar right here, we're at 1.2496, right? So if it went up 4 pips, it would be at 1.25, right? It would take 4 pips for it to get to the 2.5. Got it? Good. All right. All right. Someone is mentioning USD ruble. I'm not quite sure if we got rubles on here, but let me see. Yeah, I don't think we got rubles on here. USD ruble. Well, there you go. I'm not quite sure it's available though, but let's bring that up. Okay, I'm just updating my list, and we'll see what that happens. Okay, we'll give it a second, and it'll come up. There we go. Yeah, I don't think we got enough data for that one. So, EuroCAD. We did look at the EuroCAD, did we not? But let's bring that up. It's great to see the interaction on the YouTube. That's awesome. That's awesome. Keep that up. Okay, well, let's bring up EuroCAD, and someone said also Euro USD, right? I'd love to do this all day, by the way. I don't mind, but we don't have that much airtime on YouTube, so you should come in, and when we're off air, we actually do a lot of sessions on the Google Plus Hangouts.
We actually, the EuroCAD, I think we put in a cell.
Yeah, it's here. The EuroCAD, we did a cell. Yeah, and it's still on. It's right here at the bottom. That's last trade. I remember that it looked interesting. So, all right. Yeah, euro dollar did make a small change. You know what? Who said the euro dollar to look at it earlier on? Fopoulos. He said to buy the euro dollar. Well, you know what? If I was to place a trade on the euro dollar right now, I would probably wait for it to get to this level right here, above the noise, right here, and then we would catch a spike. So my entry would be 6 pips from now, because on the down, the reason why we didn't open that trade, or at least I didn't open a trade, is because the risk-reward ratios of coming back here and bouncing back up for those 13 pips wasn't really what I was looking for. I was looking for an intraday. You could go for, a short-term scalp and and catch those 12, 13 pips. But for me, it doesn't excite me right now. I would tend to agree for the upward, because it's part of the correction that we've been talking about for last since last Wednesday. We talked about that the drop for the euro dollar was just too steep, and it needs to come back up a little bit, and it has been. Okay, so having said that, it did do that, but the question is, how far will it go, right? That's $1 million question. And it could go up probably another 50 pips or so. There's no reason why it couldn't. Okay, but I would just wait and see it go up a little bit more. But that's just me. But it's definitely something we can have a look at it later on today. We have another session. Let me just grab a look at when we have that session. I'll tell you in a second. By the way, if you ever want to go and see when we're on live, there's Google's shared schedule calendar. It's a mouthful, but you can Google that. We're up again at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so maybe then it'd be worthwhile getting into. Okay. All right. Any more? I think I closed the YouTube by mistake, but we'll see that in a second. Hey, see, are there any requests on Twitter?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Well, the YouTube is just hopping today. All right. Let's have a look and see if there's anything else. Any other requests? Okay. All right. Well, we can leave this up for a little bit. If there's any topics that you'd like to talk about right now, we'll just let these trades go on a little bit. If there's any questions and you want to talk about, if you download the platform, you get a couple of questions on it, feel free, go right ahead. Yeah, we do Hangouts for beginners. Sorry, you asked, and I just saw that. Just add me to Google on Google Plus. Do the plus Mike Metherell. There it is, right on the top left of the screen. Okay, and you get invited to everything and all the sessions and all the lessons, and it's absolutely free. So, absolutely, feel free and bring friends even. And I just saw that and it was pretty much at the bottom.
Yeah, that's why I put on the chat.
Yeah,
About
thanks.
that. And then I just went ahead and put the plus Mike Metherell just to go ahead and make sure that they follow you on it and circle you.
I'll actually put this in yellow. There you go. Can't mess that now, can you? All right. Luigi, you have any questions?
Yeah. I'm looking to AUD USD.
Aussie dollar, okay. I think we looked at it, but it wasn't worth it. But let's bring it up again.
Because
Yeah, we had it and it closed up, I think. We had it closed. Yeah, it closed at a stop loss. Okay, we sold it and it closed at a stop loss. That's the losing trade right here.
yeah, and this is just what I want to know.
Okay, what do you want to know? Do you want me to bring? I'll bring up the chart. Let's bring it up. Why did we sell it, or why did we hit stop loss? Chances are because we did a very tight stop loss, it kicked in. But let's bring up the chart.
No, just why did you sell it? Because I seen that right now, if I look to the chart for the lapse of time, 30 minutes, for example, I'm looking and I see all green stuff. Quite all green stuff. And for 1 hour, I see that it's growing up from taking down.
Yeah,
So maybe
and the last 15 minutes actually is down, right?
15 minutes.
Is down. Here's the chart right here.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I'm looking to my chart and
yeah.
okay,
So
now I'm looking to yours.
Okay, so if you change the time frame on the 1 hour, it's green. That's true. So I was looking for this point right here for it to bounce back down because based on these resistance, that's a super question, by the way. That's a great question. Okay, because this this resistance right here is pretty strong. Let's bring up the 1 hour chart. Didn't click that. Okay, passing this level right here, if you take a look at the 1 hour, it's still pretty tough. Let's bring up the 12-hour charts. Okay, and we were talking about this level right here. Okay,
Yeah.
and it did come back up, and that was a risk I was willing to take. This is part of the risk reward. You could have waited for it to come back to this level and then drop it down again, but then again, you'd probably wait for it to go up. I still think they were in a downward trend. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do right now is something called doubling up, okay, or binary. And what this means is I'm actually going to place a new trade, okay, on the Aussie dollar, again for the down, Okay, let's bring up the 1 hour chart to make sure that it's still relevant, and I'm not going against the crowd. And see, right now it's probably 25. Yep, I'm going to double up. So I'm going to do another sell. Okay, and I'll explain the process. Okay, I still think that this will go down. I could be wrong, but I think it will go down. So what do I do? Well, what I'm doing actually is something called cost averaging. Okay, if I put in, I look at this trade, and this trade was 10,000 units. Okay, and what I'm doing now is I'm actually doubling up. I'm making it 20,000. Okay. So this means that it's enough that I will gain half that gain and I will break even. And if I gain the same amount of pips, I'm actually in profit. Okay, so instead of one losing trade, I could actually have a winning trade all around winning trade. Okay, and what killed us on this one was the actual spread, I think. No, it was 3 pips. It wasn't too bad. So I'm going to go with 25 pips. Let's go 26 pips, which is 13 pips on a 2-to-1 TPSL minus the 3 pips. We got 10 pips for it to go up to the stop loss, and I'm looking for 20 pips down. Okay, but what I did is I doubled the actual quantity. Okay, so if this trade actually makes it to target, it will make up for the other loss. Now there's a lot of rules of to do or what not to do, and doubling up and hedging, those are advanced lessons. There's actually about 9 lessons that talk about scalping, hedging, and doubling up strategies. Okay, in order that you don't lose money or you make money. But notice I'm not emotionally attached to this. You know, that is part of the do and do not rules that you should be following. Okay, let me see if there's anything else on YouTube. Honda, I see your question on YouTube. I would suggest you contact me on Google Plus, and I'll be able to help you out. Okay, on that last question. And on the demo, yeah. Well, if you're on a demo, you should have 10,000 to start with. It'd be interesting how to, yeah, on your demo, obviously, if you're on a demo, your real account will be at 0. So, all right, any more questions? Nope. Okay, well, here's our open trades. Here's that Aussie USD. We got our pound yen. Did we actually highlight that one? Okay, and notice that I have, at any given time, I can see where my positions are. I know what I have open, right? I have them highlighted. Okay, and in the upcoming version, I guess I should start using the upcoming version and show you all this stuff. The upcoming version, actually, you can highlight things here, but you don't really need to because they're all here. Okay. We'll just let this run for another few minutes. We actually did an hour session. I thought we were only going to have half an hour, but we had some really great interaction today on YouTube. I thank all the viewers on YouTube and obviously our panel, especially AC, Luigi, and Namit. Thank you very much. Namit's been very quiet today.
Oh, thanks to you.
But no, I think he's having a problem with his microphone or something. So, yeah, everybody's welcome to the training sessions, and look at the Traders Hideout channel on YouTube. There's a lot of free information on there, so feel free to take that. You're on low bandwidth, that's why. It's the only way to get in is on bandwidth.
You were right with AUD/USD. You know, there's green right now, and you sell, and that's okay. It's difficult to understand why, always.
Right. Well, you know what? The why, this is when we get into the technical analysis. When once you get a lot of experience, you'll be able to do it without any technical analysis because you will already see it. Okay, now I'm not saying that you're a whiz or I'm a whiz, and it just doesn't work that way, but you get to see enough charts after many years of trading. Don't forget, I've been trading since 1988. You know, that's a lot of years. So I've been seeing charts day after day after day after day. And you get to see all sorts of things that are really interesting. And sometimes the technical analysis won't even pick them up. There's something called an alligator head. Okay? A technical analysis will never find that. It's actually, you need expert systems and AI, artificial intelligence. You're quite welcome, Mr. Bernstein. Yeah, it'd be great if you do a thumbs up and comment, and if you're on that platform, just shoot me a note, on Google Plus, or add me on here, contact me, and I'll make sure you get that bonus I promised you. Plus, if you want to be a beta tester, I think you have some great ideas in mind, so I'd love to hear from you. So, yeah, most of our traders, they're all interactive because we're a trader-driven platform. We're not brokers. Okay. As a matter of fact, if you take a look at the actual platform walkthrough, it explains why this platform is so different from all the others. Okay. I developed it for me to trade. Why? Because I hate brokers. So I developed it, and then people asked me to share it, so I did. Yeah, you're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. Alrighty, well, we're gonna close this session, okay? And as soon as I end the broadcast, actually, this chat will close. So we'll open a new Hangout, and we can keep on hanging out. For all those of you who want to hang out, you're coming from YouTube, just plus Mike Medrol. Create yourself a G Plus account. It's worth it. It really is. We're gonna do a lot of Hangouts, and there are some closed session Hangouts, just so you know. So you're welcome to add to Google Plus, and hopefully we'll see you there. If not, we shall see you at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is midnight Greenwich Mean Time. So wishing you, everybody, may the profits be with you, and we shall see you later. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.